What's up guys, Crispy here from ETR Gamer, bringing you my Specialized Thief PvP video. What I'm going to be covering in this video is a couple of my builds, where to go to get your armor, items, things like that. And different traits and abilities that you might not have already witnessed just playing through, leveling up in the different areas, but you'll find that once you go to PvP you get scaled up to level 80, you get all your abilities and you get unlocked all the skill points. So it's a good way to just kind of go through and test all your abilities, things like that. Gives you a great feel for the game. I personally enjoy it because in this beta, I don't want to spoil content by getting up to level 30 and then having my character delete when the game comes out. So basically, I'm going through and just playing a lot of PvP, getting myself ready for that, and I'll play the content when it comes out. So first things first, I'm going to show you how to get to this place, which is where you can get all your armor, all your signets, things like that for free. Basically, what you want to do is, I'm going to leave it right now, but it's called the Miss. And you press H and you'll see on the far left side kind of different tabs. You're going to go down to the PvP one, which is just the cross swords. You're going to press that and you're going to press travel to the Miss. This is also where you join the battle. You can see play now there, but you don't want to go ahead and do that. I'm just going to show you something else, but FYI, that's how you queue. And it also, on that page, shows you your available glory, which, if you don't know what that is, your glory is basically related to what you buy PvP items with endgame. So, I think it's caps off at 1500, which is what I'm at now. So, anyway, we're going to go be in the Mist. So, you press that, and it's going to load up the Mist. So, just let that load on my screen. Great. Okay. So, when you first come in here, you're going to be prompted to... You're going to see, some quest hearts, so as you're used to on the map there. So you got revive allies, capture points, and finish your enemies. Now these are going to be 3 quests that you need to complete to get into the place where you buy your items. These are virtually just tutorials. One of them is standing in this spot, so it trains you how to capture points. One of them is reviving enemies, which if you've done a bit of PvE, you might know that you need to stand next to them and just kind of revive them up that way. And the final one is finishing your enemies. So when you've got an enemy player in a down position, if you go up to them and press F, you actually channel this move for 5 seconds and it executes them. So they can't revive from the down state. Anyway, what we're going to do, once that's complete, you'll be prompted to run up here and talk to this fine young lady here, and she'll just be like, check out, like, good, well done, meet you in the next zone. So you just run into this big old portal, pretty hard to miss there. So once that loads, we're in the PvP kind of lobby. It's just like an open world where people test abilities. You can kind of run out there and have a bit of a play around, but what I'm going to do is run out here. Now, over in this corner you see these PvP lockers. It's what you can open up and store your equipment in, because doing PvP you get free items, so it's just a nice way of storing it, so when you leave PvP you're not like cluttering your inventory with stuff that's not useful. First things first, you'll notice that my gear is different. It's because you automatically start off with PvP weapons and armor. By default, the thief starts off with 2 daggers, dual pistol, but I kind of wanted to go with sword, pistol, and then double daggers, so you're going to actually have to go collect those weapons. Come over here to the PvP items. Just tell me more about your wares. And this is your amulets. There's a shitload, and this is what I love about Guild Wars. It's customization. There's so much of it, and you're gonna spend half an hour in here. You're gonna spend. Well, actually, I'm gonna put it down. You're gonna spend more than half an hour in here the first time you come, and just get a feel for it. You're going to spend a long time, and I love it. That's what I love. I don't want to just, get my moves and jump straight into the battle. I want to be able to, switch out some toughness for vitality, things like that. It's amazing, the combination. So you come in here, and you'll see Amulet. This is one of the most key components of PvP. It gives a shitload of bonuses. Looking at this now, you can see like 580 power, as compared to 580 vitality. Let me just show you. If you press H, it brings up your character display. Over on the right hand side you have your attributes. Let's just have a look. Vitality. It increases your maximum health. Now that amulet gave me 580. With all my sword and weapons and equipment on, I've got a total maximum health plus 878. So you can imagine me equipping 580 of that is just coming from this trinket. I don't know, what is that, like 70-80%? Massive massive component of PvP right here. This determines what you want to be. So I advise looking through your attributes for a while and figuring out what you want to be. Precision, it's like critical strike chance, things like that. You got power, which is just like raw damage, toughness, which is your armor and things like that, and vitality, which is your maximum health. And then below that, you can actually see the raw skills. So my crit chance, 52%. Then it has your armor and your health, but you can also see your health down there. So not really important. Once you grab an amulet, which I already have, it's in my inventory here. I've got a few because I like to switch between, like a crit rogue or like a slightly more tanky one. I keep saying rogue, I actually mean thief. Old habits, my friends. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get rid of them. But so I play a different variety of thieves, tanky, more DPS. You're going to pick up an amulet, and what you can also do is have these jewels, which basically enchant the amulet themselves. So upon getting massive stat bonuses, there's also like a more kind of specific way you can go. So looking through here, this one gives you an extra 25 power, 3 critical damage, 15 precision. So that's like more of a crit based one, whereas something like healing, toughness and vitality is like health, tankiness, and yeah. So to apply that, you just double click it. Where have I got one? So I've got perfect ruby jewel. You double click it and then you just put it on this one, and then it'll say, do you want to upgrade? Yeah, I do. Bam, so now you've got an amulet of power, vitality, toughness of power. So that's a lot of power right there. You can see plus 813, that's just a shitload. You can do so much damage with that. What you want to do is go ahead and drag that down into your inventory down there, so you can just see where it goes. And anyway, so I'll go on to the weapons because obviously everyone wants to know about that. So down here you have your armor wares, which is basically your PvP gear, and you have your runes for different ones. Now there's a shitload of these. Look at this. I'm just scrolling down them. There's probably 30 to 40 in there, and each of them have different combinations. I haven't basically gone through and I mean, there's so many different combinations, I haven't even thought about it myself, but the ones I'm rocking right now, it's the same thing. You can just click them and click buy, and they appear in your inventory, so that's fine. But I've got 9 of these ones, vampirism. So you can imagine when I've got six pieces of that on, I get plus 90 power, and you become a mist when you're below 10% health. So pretty awesome. Right now I'm rocking infiltration, so it's like kind of cloak, 2 plus damage, foes below 50%, 3 plus damage, foes below 50%, and then 5 plus. So you actually add them all up, so that's what, 8 plus 2, so that's 10% bonus damage when foes are below half health. Awesome. It also gives you heaps of precision, so crit chance there. So that's where you pick up your armor and the gems for your armor, and then over here is your weapon. So let me see your wares, blah blah blah. Here is all your PvP weapons, and then it's the gems for your PvP. They're called sigils. And there's heaps of awesome ones. I'm basically finding out the best combination. By the way, they don't stack, so if you see that one has like a 10-second cooldown, like this one, so 30% chance to cause a 2-second freeze on critical hit, it's got a 10-second cooldown, don't put it on both your weapons, because they'll share the same cooldown. You want to have like, Sigil of Superior Ice on one weapon and like the Blood one, so 30% chance to steal life on critical. You want to play around with that, don't have the same cooldown, otherwise you're halving the efficiency there. But you can pick up any weapon you like, so, you can play around and figure out what you like there. That is only just touching the surface, my friends. I mean, as you saw just then, there's so many combinations of everything. It's mind-blowing. When I got here, I was just like, wow, GG my life. Here goes an hour. I just sit down, do some calculating, figure it all out. But awesome. I advise coming here when you're ready for PvP and just sorting everything out, because the default combinations aren't that great. Anyway, onto skills and traits. If you've realised by now, doing PvE, you get trait points, and these unlock this. But however, you notice right now that it's fully unlocked for me, because I'm level 80, and that's what PvP is all about. It just scales you up, and you're ready to go. I can hot swap any of these when I'm in battle, but I can also, set it out now. So read through them. These are all the thief ones. Personally, right now I'm going Devourer Venom, so my next 2 attacks mobilize. It's great for when I'm chasing someone down. I basically swap to my sword pistol combination, press number 7, and then I shoot them, and they're bound there, and I can kind of run up and get into melee combat range. It's great. This one is a scatter, so if you're familiar with the rogue thief's move, Infiltrator Strike, it teleports you to your enemy, I love teleporting there and then dropping these spikes. It basically cripples them, 50% move speed. Yeah, it's great. They also bleed as well, which affects their healing. And this last one, Assassin's Signet, increases my power by a passive amount, like 5 to 35%. But then when I initiate it, my next attack is 150% more damage. It's great. So they're all your utility ones, and then down here is your elite skill. So I have Thieves Guild, Call on your fellow thieves, Dagger Storm, Basilisk Venom, which is the one I'm rocking, and then you have 3 others, which are for the humans. Basilisk Venom, awesome. You basically press it, your next attack turns them to stone. Just like free hits. Free hits all around. It's great stuff. Great for a thief. I can imagine a ranger also wanting that, but they don't get it, so too bad. Too sad. Traits. Man, it's endless combinations. Alright, traits are basically your different skill sets. So here you see the first one called Deadly Arts. By the way, you can refund the points at any stage and put them into as you go. See how you just press refund there? You get 70 points, which is basically 30, 30, and 20, or however you want to divide it. But each class will have it, so it's power, like crit, tank, health, and then like boons, which are like your buffs and your debuffs. That's this last one called Trickery. So if I put it into Deadly Arts, I put 5 points and it gets you a passive thing. So stealing applies poison. Every time I steal, I'm going to apply poison. If I keep going to 10 points, here you go. So 10 points, you get to pick an ability. So they unlock at 10, 20, and 30 points in. So dagger damage is increased by 5%. Bam, I'm just going to put that in. Now these are hot swappable. So at any stage in a battle, I can just kind of change these and go, oh yeah, I wanted that. Out of combat, you can do it. So these aren't too worried about, but you can't take a point out of this once you've put it in. So I can't like minus back down to 11. I have to refund all my trait points there. A bit frustrating, but that's alright. So I'm going to go ahead, put 30 points. You'll notice as I'm increasing this, it's also giving me a passive 230 power and increases my condition duration by 23%. So if I apply a poison, it's going to last 23% longer, and that goes all the way up to 30%. So I'm getting 300 power, 300 duration bonus. So yeah, awesome there. Now this one's critical strike, so it gives you precision and critical damage. So you can chuck points in there. You're probably getting the hang of it by now. There's websites out there that are pretty much trait calculators. I advise just jumping on there. I can probably put one in the description below. It's great for going through and customizing your character out, picking out all this. It's pretty awesome. You get a feel of it, and then you can jump in game. Either that, or you just do it in game. Like it's exactly the same. So you can just refund at any stage. There's no benefit or like detrimental effect for doing that. So yeah, that's great. Word of the wise, don't just be like, oh, I'm going 30 power, I'm going 30 critical strike, and I'm going 10 points shadow, like, what up, I'm just going to be critting and doing all that stuff. You'll be so squishy, you'll have like 11k health. But I'm going to be bringing a video on the different types of thieves I play. So I've got a crit one, yeah, I did it. So I basically have 11k health, but I've got a crit chance of like 70%, and it does like so much damage. So if people don't target me, I kill them. But if they target me, I'm down like a sack of potatoes, like so quickly. But yeah, I definitely agree putting something into shadow arts and aerobatics. Acrobatic? Yeah, acrobatic, sorry about that. Because this gives you health and this gives you toughness like armor. But anyway guys, that was just kind of like as brief as I could make it, overview of how PvP, how you're going to get gear, how you're going to do stuff like that. What I'll be doing is bringing out some actual gameplay. I've got heaps of footage, I'll be getting some more today. And I'll be kind of categorizing it. I'll have one for my DPS thief. I'll also have one for like my tough thief, and maybe like a stealthy thief that's like always invisible, something like that. So yeah guys, stay tuned, especially if you're a thief. You'll be loving the videos I'm putting out. Yeah, subscribe, like the video, leave a comment. I'd love a comment. Yeah, I've got so much to say, and I don't think I've fit it all in this one video, but I would hate to drag it on and leave you guys bored. You're probably like anticipating getting in here now that I've shown you everything you can do. So anyway guys, thanks for watching. This is Crispy from ETR Gamer.